Hello, I am Anawiltus. If I still sound a bit sick, that is because I am a little bit sick, and that is why you might hear some strange sounds. But anyway, I would like to say that not necessarily recently, but recently was a word I was going to use. However, from time to time, I think that's a better term, I receive some certain comments on my YouTube videos. Most of them, other commenters wouldn't even be able to see because most of them are automatically forwarded into the spam box. If you've ever operated a YouTube channel that has videos, under the community tab, there is a way to look at comments, and there's a special segment that the YouTube algorithm automatically sends comments that it presumes to be scam. And I have found that oftentimes it's true. And I'd like to just share with you some of the kinds of comments that I have received. Now, one thing to note is that I don't actually have screenshots of these, and the reason for that is because when there's a comment that is real scam, not scam, or spam. Did I say scam beforehand? But I meant spam, although it usually is also some sort of scam as well. If I report these comments, they get removed, and I am unable to see them anymore. They're gone. And that is indeed what has happened. So, I would like to say that I'd just like to share with you a couple of kinds of comments that I get. So, one type is a comment where it says, "Oh, look at my channel. I've got something for you on my channel." And you go on the channel, and on the top banner it says, look at the link in the channel description. Now, the link in the channel description is toward some place that has a lot of pop-up ads, and I only followed it once, and I clicked out within, I'd say, 2 seconds when I realized that it was a really unsafe link. Pop-up ads, and from what I could gather, it also was trying to share some indecent content. So, yeah, that's one kind. Another kind that I often receive is the follow me on Instagram from some random person that has maybe commented, well, once or twice. And when I say once or twice, I mean that both comments are, or the single comment if it's only once, are the same in that they say, follow this Instagram user, and there's an Instagram link, and then it says, I know that this comment is in your spam box, which means that they obviously know that their comment is obviously going to go into the spam box, which I find suspicious. Just right off the bat, if you assume that your comment is automatically going into the spam box, and the format of these comments are always the same. If you've ever had a YouTube channel for a length of time, well, I'm not saying that everyone gets these. I don't know of anybody else who has, but that's because I don't ask around for what types of comments other people get into their spam box. But it is notable that all of these comments follow the same general format, and that is why I easily recognize them. And I've never actually followed the Instagram link, and I'm not going to, and the reason for that is because it has a really dodgy name. Oftentimes, it's not the same every time, and I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it sounds something generic, and also I don't have an Instagram account, so yeah, that's another thing. And another thing is, I don't know these people. Why would I follow somebody on some sort of social media if I don't know them? That just seems weird to me. Now, of course, I know that there's a lot of people that do that, but you do you. But for me, it's just a bit weird to do that. Not saying that that's different from. Not saying that that's the same thing as subscribing, because subscribing on YouTube, just to go off topic a tiny bit, allows you to keep track of content that you like to watch. I guess the same would be true for if you friend someone on Facebook or something. And I guess that's one way to do it. So, unless you are interested in what the person is doing, or you actually know the person, I don't think it's really necessary to follow up on someone, especially if it's really suspicious, where I've never even heard this person comment anything else. The person just says, "Nice video. Why don't you follow me on Instagram?" What does that even mean? And then they say, "I know this comment is in your spam box, but it would be lovely if you could approve it." What? No. I don't have a reason to do that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. Another thing is the common "use this music in your videos" comment. Now, this one I'm extra suspicious. I've even come up with a little conspiracy theory. If you wouldn't mind listening to it a bit. I don't think it's an intense conspiracy theory, but it's a mild conspiracy theory, and I wouldn't say that I'm 100% on it. But these comments often say, nice music, in regards to the videos about music that I make, where it's some song that I wrote. And, well, not a song usually. I don't sing as much as I just write instrumental pieces. But I'll have made these instrumental pieces, and then there'll be a comment on there that automatically goes into the spam box with good reason that says, "Nice song. Why don't you use this song in your videos?" And it links to either, or "use my songs in your videos." This song, I've had that one twice, and it linked to the same video, and I checked just to make sure, because I'm very careful about using other people's music, because even though I was using, at some point, I was using a lot of SUSE music, and it was from an open source, not open source, it's yeah, I think it's open source. I forget exactly. Public domain. It was public domain, but the copyright algorithm still captured it for some reason. So I stopped doing that. The only music that other than that I use that isn't my own is when I have edited a musical piece that I get in either a MIDI or an MSCZ format that I then modify using my software to make it transformative. I do that with a couple songs. For example, in my Star Trek power scaling, the Star Trek sounding songs are actually based on a MIDI that you can get, that I have modified so that it's transformative. And of course, MIDIs aren't really the copyright heavy stuff anyway. And the other ones are songs made by DJ Wilhelm, who I have contacted on YouTube asking specifically to use the music and have received confirmation. And therefore I am allowed to use that music. Now, the song that I had been linked to, neither of the users that linked me to it were the same users that had uploaded the song onto YouTube. So that immediately made me suspicious. In addition to that, the way it was worded was, "You can use this song in your videos," implying that somehow gave me some sort of permission. And then I approved one of the comments, and then replied asking how that would give me permission, and just asking, trying to dig a bit deeper, didn't get any response, so that led me to believe that it was probably fake. And in addition to that, I got some other comments where it's some YouTube channels that say, you can use my music in your videos. But the thing is, it's very deceptive, because you go to the YouTube channels and you see all these music playlists on their channels, but then when you actually look at the videos, you figure out that none of those music videos were actually posted by the person that has the channels. The person just makes playlists. In other words, the person has no rights to the music that is being used, and does that deceptively. So what I think is going on here, here's the conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theory is that for some reason, some people that are into music like to troll other people that make music. And they do that by telling them to use the music in their videos, so that then when you end up using the music, you get copyright striked because of the copyright ID system. And I think that might be a new way of trolling, to the music troll. Not the same thing as the copyright trolls. The copyright trolls are people who are too aggressive in what they copyright. For example, there was one video where a guy had birds chirping in the background, and copyright on the birds chirping in the background from a live recorded video. It wasn't a sound effect. They still got the copyright guys protesting against it. And those are copyright trolls. People that have no limitations in what they will try to claim. Even if it is entirely different, if it sounds a tiny bit similar, they'll claim it. Yeah, so another one is old songs that where you can copyright a performance of a song, but the song itself isn't copyrighted. And in certain situations, such as when the military performs a song, you don't really need to worry about copyright and royalties, but there's non-military people that also play the song, and even if you have a military performance, you might get a copyright attack from the people who have copyright ID'd a non-military version of the performance. And I know this is true, that this is true because I have actually done this in my old Blood and Steel videos, where I had a song. It was a Sousa song, and they copyright ID'd it. And I said, well, because it's this, and that, it's actually not subject to these copyright laws. And they said, okay. And then that same song in another video, they said, no, it's not okay. And it's very confusing. I don't know who's in charge of it, but it's not right. And that's the copyright trolls. But what I'm talking about is the music trolls. The people who want you to use music so that you get copyright strike just to be mean. I don't know why. But that's my conspiracy theory. I don't know if it's true. Maybe there's some other motive that these people have for trying to get people to use music that isn't theirs. I don't understand what other motive it would be other than to troll or to thin the herd of music makers. That's just my thoughts. Tell me what you think. Do you think that these people could have a different motive for doing what they're doing? What motives could they have? And another thing is, what other types of weird spam comments have you received in your videos if you are a video maker? That's, I guess, another question that I can ask. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and I'd be glad if you left a comment below. and I'll be seeing you all next time on Awiltus over and out.